Okay, folks, we're back, and I don't have the skill point for beating this race fast enough. This is the best time I've been able to muster, is 1 minute, 37 seconds, and 33 hundredths of a second. This thing really sucks. You have to do absolutely perfect in order to pull this off. The time you have to beat is 1 minute 35. Or if you're using a PAL version of the game, you have 1 minute 36 to beat it. As you can tell, I haven't come within a second of beating this, and I've been picking at this for the better part of like 3 hours in a row. So, apologies, but I'm throwing in the towel on this one. I'm going to try to get everything else. The only other thing that I haven't gotten is the one for getting 4,500 points in the race on Kalibo the Third. And so I'm going to try to get everything else except for those two. I don't know how hard the one at Kalibo is, but I assume that it's an absolute goddamn disaster. Because 4,500 points, oh boy, that is rough to keep up the scoring. And I have a very bad memory for, basically, of course, if you keep doing the same trick over and over in the hoverboard races, you get less points, because, duh. But, I have a bad memory for which ones I do for the 3 pose tricks. And I think I'll just get very upset on camera if I do that. I did, however, get the third hoverboard race related skill point, which is to do a trick called the Twisty McMarks in the hoverboard race here on Rilgar. And to do that, you have to do all 4 poses while doing 4 flips. So the little number counter up there, you know what, I'll go in and I'll show off a little bit of the trick interface for those of you who don't remember what it looks like. You see that 360 and the 2 flips up, the 2 poses up there? You need to do enough flips for that number to hit 1440. It is not exactly easy. I usually cannot get that kind of air, but I managed to pull it off. It's a tough one. So you want to do it off of this jump, and oh wow, we actually pulled it off right away. Okay. That didn't actually seem that bad, but I seem to recall that being an absolute damn nightmare from when I was a kid. So, you know, maybe that was just me being a child and not being good at it. So, whatever. GG, glad we could have this conversation. And we're going to try to get at least to 28 skill points and all 40 gold bolts. To be fair, considering our financial position right now, because my little trick backfired on me. Getting all the gold weapons might not necessarily be such a thing, but I will absolutely throw that up on YouTube. That unlocks a thing in the goodies menu, which is a thing that will show up in a second playthrough, which I will show that off today. If nothing else, that'll be up on a video on YouTube, because, yeah, why not? I may as well at least let you guys see that part. And, oh, this is the wrong one to go back down. Oops. Pardon me. So yeah, let me get caught up on the story here of Discord-related things. Yeah, so Irene, as you mentioned, you got fished from a Discord scam, basically, and yeah, hopefully they return that stuff to you. It would be nice if they could, you know, unfuck your account in some way. But I suppose I don't really guarantee a whole lot of it, or, you know, even just transferring over the rights. Oh, did I show off the metal detector before? I don't think I showed off the metal detector before. So, just in case we have not, let's do this real quick. Wow sound. It's very amusing to me. But as you can see, the bolt returns for the metal detector are not great. This is not something, if you're looking for high efficiency bolt gathering, this ain't it, Chief. Speaking of things that ain't it, apparently the Comet Strike there is also not it. Anywho, I think this is the way we need to go in order to get back to our Rhino merchants, that way we can go pick up ourselves a big, very large rocket launcher that is a little bit of fun to mess around with. Listen, I didn't actually ever get around to attempting to play Azure Lane, so I think I do have at least some standards. Just not exactly a lot of them. I feel like that's something I should put forward as like a Twitch reward or something. It's like, I'll debase myself with these terrible games. Terrible in a variety of ways. I'm sure that Azure Lane is like a real video game. So when I say terrible, that's a bit of a stretch. But, you know, in the sense of like, why would you let yourself be caught dead playing this type of terrible? You know, in that case, all forms of that type of terrible are the same. But I digress. I feel like I should do that, you know, hold it hostage a little bit, but come on, I don't have an audience to... I don't have an audience that would be like, yeah, I'm going to give subs to... I don't have an audience, period, basically. I have like 2 people. But you know what? That's okay. Admittedly, when I started doing this, I didn't think I'd be in a position where Twitch would ever give me money anyway, so... whatever. Can I really be upset? And the answer is, well, when I look at my sub count on YouTube, yes I can, but that's a whole other matter. Not because of anything related to viewers on Twitch, but just because it's like, oh hey, my video is doing pretty well by my standards. And I haven't gained a ton of... well, saying that, I think I've gained at least 10 subs off of very recently, so... That's something by the standards of, oh, you started at 325 when you posted that. But, whatever. Can we not buy from this guy until we kill that tank? No, we can buy it now.
This thing is heavy. Yeah, try carrying it around in your trench coat for 2 months.
Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to tell everyone about your services.
Listen, you little twerp.
Clank, no!
What you saw, what we talked about.
Do I even have to say it?
Yous two have a nice day.
Clank! Oh, poor Clank. He doesn't understand the... he doesn't understand the social, the social mores related to smugglers. Anyway, get a load of that! We squeezed the trigger once, and it fired a swarm of missiles. I believe the term that's used on some websites is Macross Missile Massacre. That is absolutely what that thing is. That is powerful stuff. And fittingly, you cannot find ammunition for it in boxes. You gotta buy it. Yeah, exactly. It's just Dr. Eggman. Get a load of this! Actually, back when I did sound clip stuff on my stream and sound commands, I did actually have an Eggman get a load of this sound clip on there. That reminds me, I should probably dig out my Dreamcast and play Sonic Adventure on it. I have a Dreamcast copy of Sonic Adventure, but I've only ever played it on GameCube. And I just watched a video from Cybershell a couple days ago that was about how the port job on Sonic Adventure 1 was a little bit funny. And by a little bit funny, I mean, wow, the graphics on that are pretty weird compared to the original, huh? Yeah. Anyway, we got ourselves the Rhino. Let's take a quick look at our, not our gadgets menu, but we can see that that's full. Get a load of our weapons menu. Let's pull this thing out. Oh, come on, dude. It's fine. It still fires down there. And then he goes into the standard Devastator pose. Well, we're going to put that on our quick select. And we're going to get rid of, once and for all, the... yeah, we'll ditch the Taunter. Oh, what am I doing? I'm so confrazzled because the menu controls for the hoverboard are a little bit funny. They do not agree with me on some levels. Let's put in the hologuys here. Actually, yeah, okay, that's fine. Hey, I don't need to be a robot right now. Although that's pretty funny looking, I gotta say. Do the wave! Eee! Congratulations, Ratchet. You celebrate getting that big freaking gun. The Tesla Claw is going to be a great backup. I actually thought that the Rhino only had 20 shots, which tells you just how well I remember this game. Hint, not at all. So, honestly, the fact that I managed to get as much stuff as I did before pulling out a guide is pretty incredible. Also, I just like the sound when this thing is pulled out of your inventory. Very nice. Very classic. Just a strangely nostalgic soundbite for me. And to think, I don't remember actually beating this game as a kid. Until, like, many years later. In fact, I think that... Because way back when I started streaming, like... Oh my god, I started streaming years and years ago. And really didn't build an audience for a long time, which is probably just as well. I used to be friends with people who sucked, so maybe having them as an audience wouldn't be so great. But, I first started streaming probably like 6 years ago. And I remember playing this game, and I think that probably was the first time I beat it. What am I saying here? I tried to play the entire series, and then I sort of fell apart mentally, basically. But, real quick, before we continue on, a couple things to point out that I did get off camera. Apparently, I didn't get either of the 2 skill points here in Iridia. There's one for completing the last 6 grapples of the swing shot course towards the trespasser without touching the ground. I could have sworn that I had gotten that, but apparently not. So, big rip. You definitely saw me do basically that on camera anyway, so meh. The other one is to shoot down 3 of the ships that are flying above where your ship is docked, and I mean, come on. Who wants to see that? I used the Devastator to do it. It's nice and easy. Anywho, there was a couple others, yeah. So, Battaglia. There's 2 here that we didn't get. Or was it 3? It was 3, actually. One of them was beating the grind course without taking damage. Again, I swear I did that! But apparently I did not. So, yeah, that's pretty bog standard. Then there's shooting down one of the small ships with the turret, which is quite difficult, actually, to time properly, because those ships move really fast, and the turret fires, and the shots go very slow. And the last one is... I'm actually going to go over here to talk about this one. The last one involves getting a sand mouse and killing the 4 tanks on the level. Which... There's a couple of little strats here that I can give for you about that. And the first one is probably exactly what you would expect. By the way, to clarify, in order to get said skill point, you need to beat the entire level. Pardon me, you need to kill all 4 tanks using only damage from the sand mouse. You cannot damage the tanks with any of your weapons. Also, I'll go get some free money from the vault over there. But, yeah, so, to show off a few things here, I could have sworn there was a sand mouse house on the main course of the level, but that did not appear to be there when I came back in to do that. And instead, the place you have to go is around back of here. It's right there. You equip the Sonic Summoner in the menu, and it'll pop out and it'll provide covering fire for you. Now, it just plumb does not have enough ammunition to kill everything in the level, and it is based on its own internal ammunition buffer. It's not based on you getting hit or anything, which, I mean, that would be kind of a chore too, but I'll go into the rest in a second once I stock up on some free bolts here. So as you might expect, doing this without doing a little bit of setup is pretty hard. And the simplest way to set up is to go through here preemptively and kill everything else. Let's see if we can't let the Sand Mouse take out this tank by itself. Yeah, see, it takes a lot of bullets. Those things are quite the sponges, as you'd probably expect from a tank. And that's the first bit of strategy you can do, is clear out the level before you come through, and that will do you pretty good. Oh, there's a jetpack dude over here, I think. No, maybe it's just someone down there. Oh, there we go. And yeah, see, if we try to do this without doing our initial setup, the Sand Mouse is already dead. Now, that's the first thing you can do, is clear out all the enemies before you come in here. The second thing you can do is to just go through the entire area, kill whatever you feel like, and just keep looping through every time. Once your Sand Mouse runs out, you go to the end of the level, which is, i.e. the turret, and you die. And you come back to life, you go back to the start of the level, you get the Sand Mouse again, and again, make sure you don't damage the tanks with anything other than Sand Mouse bullets. And you keep doing that, and make sure that you kill every one of the tanks at least once using the Sand Mouse. For some reason, this counts if you kill each of those tanks at least one time with Sand Mouse bullets, instead of just, do it all in one go. I'm not 100% sure why it's programmed this way, but it's great that it is. And to be fair, that is a thing that I was expecting based on an exploit that I know for another skill point that we will show off very soon. And by very soon, I mean probably in like an hour to an hour and a half, because we got to actually get to that level first. So hey, there you go. There's pro tips. That finally, the first display of any sort of intelligence or skill from me in this entire playthrough. You may have learned something today. You may not have, and you know, if that's the case, that's the case. I don't tag my streams as educational or anything like that for a very good reason, because this shit'll rot your brain. But at least I admit it. Also, tiny little thing I like is that when you're taking out the Tesla claw, before the claw pops out, it makes that little clicking noise when you try to shoot it. I like that. It's a neat little touch. And in fact, yes, the shooting does continue to work. The shooting will continue until morale improves. And even after morale improves, because this is America. In fact, especially after morale improves, I'm willing to say. Let's not get too political here. You know what? Forget it. Looks at what I've created recently. You know, 50% of it is content warnings. That comment made me fucking die laughing, by the way, in case I haven't made that clear yet.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Oh, man. Anyway, restock our ammunition. Let's move on with the rest of the game. Was there anything else I get? Oh, yes. I did one other thing off camera, and that was on Kalibo 3, beating the grind course with only, without taking any damage, pardon me. And that's harder than you think. It looks pretty simple, but it gets pretty tight in some areas, the jumping you have to do. One thing that I will give you as a tip is don't worry about slapping the things for the gates, because that is literally only to open a side path that is non-essential to the purposes of getting to the end where the map-o-matic is. But with all that out the way, we now land on planet Quartu. We can get 1 gold bolt here, and there are no skill points to collect on this planet. But we are going to finally enter that area where we could not before. And to do that, we want to put on the Hologuise. And lumber our way up awkwardly because, yeah, why not at this point, right? Why not make this as stupid as possible? And I believe we hit the circle button and we wave at the dude. And that is our pathway open. And you know something, sir? I think you should be rewarded for your service. Like that. We can't jump on the Hologuise, so we would have had to do something like that anyway. It's fine. It's only slightly horrible. If you let those guys get over to these things, I believe they hit them and they drop into the ground and they start emitting little sparky things at you. Oh, we have to jump there. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see that there wasn't a bridge there. Which is a real good job on my part.
Time to use the Hologuise.
We're already in it. Silly. Did the robot just go, hey? You're right, this is extravagant. Let's switch to the Devastator. I'm pretty sure that's good enough here. Yeah, that's going to require us to put the Hologuise back on, right? Mind Glove. We haven't used that in a while. The Mind Glove is a fun weapon, by the way. But we used it earlier, so you got to see that, and you got to see how I felt about it. I felt like it was a fun weapon. Oh. No need to use the Hologuise for us, I guess. Yeah, see, there you go. That's how the security tries to deal with you. Easy. Let's take out the suck cannon here, because I think we can clean up all the little dogs using this. They should be... Yeah, they constitute small enemies. Plus, I just kind of like the suck cannon on a concept level. It's very, very entertaining. It's cute.
Time to use the Hologuise. While wearing the Hologuise, press the circle button to wave to the sentry button.
You know what? Ammunition for this is cheaper. So forget about the fact that it's extravagant. We're going to do it anyway. I just love that those guys just kind of go, hey. And yeah, the thing lasts for a little bit. Ooh, this is a tough climb. Huh. It's real weird that they're like, hey, by the way, let that pass. Okay. Guys on.
You will have to destroy those sentry bots. Make sure they do not press that alarm button.
Yeah, don't worry. I know how this shit works. Oh, I can't put on the drone device here? Well, crud. It comes down when I get out of Hologuise mode, though. That's cool. That ought to clean things up nicely. Yeah. Alright, so no real reason to Hologuise for us. Alright, so this place, is this an actual path branch? I think technically this is. Or at the very least, it is some free bolts, which is great because we have absolutely been using a chunk of ammunition that is more than I usually use. Yes, I do 100% get to, I definitely get the JRPG don't spend your items thing in every type of game. It's not just RPGs. Which, anybody who saw my Chrono Trigger playthrough, I definitely, I was needlessly conservative with some stuff, that's for sure. Oh, they're going hey. Alright. Let's wait for a second. I think that should be long enough. In theory. Alright, swing shot across. Did we get him? We got him. Alright. So clearly, the way to go forward is going to be in the direction where we have to... That opens when we stomp the thing, right? Because if I recall correctly, there's a gold bolt positioned in this area somewhere. I just don't remember where. But that rings a bell. That we need to scour this entire zone. Yes, here's the torso room. And no, we can't do any damage to those things, so it's not that. Good thinking, though. I don't disagree with you for doing that. Suggesting that, rather. Alright, now we butt stomp this switch. That's the end already? Hey, dude. There we go. This is the end of the level, so we missed it somewhere. I just don't know where. Let's try going back here. And we're going to try scouring the area before we leave. I don't know why we can't just go back through, you're right, but I feel like I should have just done that. Done it the smart way. Well, too late now. Completionism strikes again. Wow, okay. I just love their little "hey" voice clip. It's like the cops in Earthbound going, "Hey, you guys," or something like that. Or however that line went. Fuck! Okay, sure. Rude assholes. Really? God damn it. Now dodge these balls. Fuck off! Game, please. Cut me some slack here. Jesus, they really didn't. Okay. Wow.
SentryBot presses an alarm button. You will be eliminated by the factory's automated defense.
I know, game. It's happened to me like 8 times already. Jeez. When did I start getting so bad at this? Again, I'm going to do the smart thing now, and I'm just going to complete the area. Or I'm going to fucking fall off, because it didn't want to take my input properly the first time, I guess. I feel like I've said this before, but I'm really starting to worry that the X button on this controller is a little bit goofed. Give me just a second here. I forgot to switch chairs, so we're in the We're in the gamer chair today. We're back. Alright. Boy, if this thing was only 20 shots, I wouldn't have any anymore. I'm glad it's 50. Oh, wow, you somehow managed to not get hit by any of that, dude. Oh, that upsets me, but I'm impressed anyway. Okay, that thing I got. Okay. That makes things a little bit less painful for me. Actually, judging by some of my performance, it's more like he's taking notes from Waspinator. Oh, Waspinator. This area, yeah, we can only get in here if we do the butt stomp. Which is fine. We're gonna go check the other rooms and make sure I didn't miss nothing here. Oh, hey, these crates respawned? Or did I somehow just completely miss them? Alright. I'll take this thing out for whatever bit of the final stretch needs to be... Oh no, I just have to come in here and I have to... I have to get jebaited by this dude because I fucking forgot this was the... Right, duck behind the thing. Alright, the security alarm is off. Let's go back in here. Alright, so, you know what, let's clear the area. Let's see what we can do.
Do it.
Mom?
Oh, brother.
Ratchet, please.
I tried, Mom. I know.
Hey, look! A sister!
Ratchet, please.
My fellow Blarg, our synthetic world is now fully functional and ready for habitation. However, there is one small obstacle in our way. This pathetic lump of a planet. Due to some blunder of fate, it happens to occupy the galaxy's most perfect orbit. But no more. Behold, the Deplanetizer, the most powerful laser ever created. Soon, we'll move the Deplanetizer into place just above the planet's surface. I will, of course, be on hand to press the button that will blow this mudball to smithereens. No one will even miss it. See you then.
Ratchet, are you all right?
He is going to pay.
Excuse me?
It shouldn't have taken me this long to see it. Drek is going to find out what happens when you mess with my home. What are you smiling at?
This is the Ratchet I always knew was there.
Okay, if we're gonna do this, we need to get on the
Passes
Drek's
by
ship.
it.
Then we can find out where he set up that laser.
I will try to make you proud, Mom.
Aww. And yeah, there we go. One, Ratchet really is just motivated by himself. Ratchet's kind of a sucky character in this first game. Like, he's a huge asshole to Clank a large part of the time. He is only motivated pretty much by revenge or being a starfucker earlier, and now trying to defend his home planet. You know, very selfish all around. But you know what? He gets a little better in later games. But also, like, hey, early aughts anti-hero type of character, right? Anyway, we are missing a gold bolt, but we're also missing a fuck ton of ammunition. Let's fix that. A good counterpart to Trump, Jesus. And now I'm just thinking, wait a second, where do I find it? Alright, so it is in there, right? I feel we've scoured the area, but I must have missed something. Whatever, I'm pulling up the thing just as a, you know, if I get through this and I kind of go, well, butts. Alright, so we're gonna look around everywhere and make sure I didn't miss anything, because I probably did. I probably missed something that's, like, off in the distance in a... You know, I should know better, because this game, the secrets have actually required a little bit of looking around to get. On the other hand, more importantly, right now, it is safe. So... we may as well do it now. I should have just thought about that to begin with, but eh. Oh, hey, my health meter didn't show up there for some reason. That's weird. Huh. Vidgy game, are you okay? The answer is probably not, actually. Alright, now there's the crusty jump. We're past that. Alright, there's nothing to get over here, right? Yeah, we can't. I have a feeling that that little bit of land there will not hold us whatsoever. Yeah, let the green stuff go by. Other green stuff go by. Oh god, that was a little close. I thought I was about to get slammed with that thing, and that wouldn't have been great. Okay. Not up there, because we can't get up there. Strangely enough. We not? Can we get over there? No, we can't, actually. It's a little bit, har, har, har. Anyway, back across the gap. Is there any crates in here? Because we already looked in here, right? There's nothing here, right? Right. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's an ammunition crate. We don't need that, but we'll take it anyway. That's right. Give me my no ammunition for Tesla Claw because it's already filled up because I spent the money on it. This weird turbine thing in the ceiling is pretty weird. Is there anything going on up this general area? No, there's nothing there. Alright. Maybe it's on the other side. Oh, why'd I do that? It's okay. The enemies should still be dead. Let's say in before the entire level reset. I just feel like an idiot. That wouldn't be great. No. Fuck. Wow, I was expecting that to go a lot farther. Shouldn't raise your expectations for something like this. Again, remember, we completed this part already. And I'm still fucking it up. That's the level of standards we're at here. Alright, now don't zip through this door. That's right, this is where the swing shot is. Alright, grab across. Nothing except for a very fadey skybox up there. Anything going on in here? Nope. Not even so much as an ammunition crate. Well, thanks, game. I feel really rewarded, especially with the butt stomp switch being extended again. Requiring me to go hit it again. Very silly. Why are you like that? Because that's just how the game is, I suppose. Alright, well, here we are at the end of the line. Oh, hi, grapple point I didn't see before. Has that been there the whole time? Where? Do I have to be further back? There we go. That'll let us do it. Oh, come on. Ratchet, did you put your ice shoes back on? The shoes that have the physics of ice? And have more ice strapped to the bottom for some reason. There we go. There's our other gold bolt. Thank you, game. I completely forgot that this was how it was set up, though. Interesting. I guess at least I remembered, hey, it's in the Hologuise area. Screwed over. Yeah. Can you imagine if it hadn't spawned, how much I'd cry? I probably would. Anywho, we can't get the other gold bolt here because in a fit of severe extravagance, this game is going to require us to get an item in the Velden Orbit area called the Code Bot that is used specifically to open one door that contains just that. And possibly some like regular bolts too. I mean, that's a distinct option. Meanwhile, I have no fucking idea where any of the gold bolts are in this level. I think there's a couple. And by that, I mean I'm going to go check the ship and see what it has to tell me. 2. Okay. And the same applies to the final planet of the game, by the way, but we'll get... Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we cross it. However, I do remember what our skill points are here. And the first one is going to be that we have to kill everything in a stealth section, which is not too hard. And the second one is that we have to beat the entirety of this underwater section. Again, they're really playing back Quartu's greatest hits here. We have to beat this entire area without taking any damage. And I have a feeling that that is going to be brutally difficult. Because we are on the second to last world of the game. And I bet we're going to be on a timer for this as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ah, yes. We got these nuclear trifoils here to swim through. Oh, don't hit the mine. Oh, God. Oh, boy. I can't believe I tried to dodge that and I dodged into it instead. So we're going to be trying this again pretty soon, I think. But I feel like it would waste more time to commit suicide. And, you know, than it would to... Hey. I'm in the exact opposite of the correct rhythm. You ever be playing a game and just... that happens to you where you are... where your timing is that far off that you just start crashing into everything instead of dodging anything ever? Is this the end of the zone? This looks like the end of the zone. Yes, it is. Alright, well, there's our code bot, by the way, so... let's pick up some free bolts, and then we pick ourselves up a code bot. And we will have access to that last gold bolt on Quartu. And then, of course, we have to do, like, the entirety of this level, so... Hey, isn't that fun?
Alright.
We picked up a code bot. Excellent. The code bot is one of the few items that gets consumed from our inventory. I should have probably shown off the description for the Raritanium, but I'll show off the description here. Again, just to be like, hey, as much content as possible in here, which I know that I've fucked that up good and royal already, but eh. Yeah, see, Cobot can only be used once. I guess that reusability for these vaults is just not a thing that exists. That is a very questionable design decision, if you ask me. If you ask me. I don't know what that voice was or why I adopted it, but you know what? It's too late to ask questions now. Alright. And we are dropping down in front of the door, yes. Yes, we are. So do we get to just go through this without time? No, the electricity came back. Right, so the timer is on. It just might not be that. It just might be that we don't have to do the ring doors. Which, you know what? I'll take any little bit of freebie that we can get in this. Because we got all these lasers to dodge. We've got the spinning fan blades that are made of plasma. It's like, does anyone remember the episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I think it was Arcana was the guy? right? And he had the... In the original, they were obviously saw blades, but 4Kids was like, oh, hey, we can't have this guy in, like, a jigsaw trap that will cut people's feet off. Instead, it's dark energy discs that'll send you to the Shadow Realm if they touch you. That's basically what those are. Just shaped real funny. Also, yeah, now I can absolutely confirm that they are spinning faster the further we go in. So that's cool. Fuck. Damn it, I was doing real good, too. And here we go. We get hit by all of these in sequential... In sequential, yes, there we go. Words good. I have never claimed to words good. So, meh. Yeah, I know, right? Good fucking job, 4Kids. Alright, so we're just going to keep redoing this until we get it without any damage, because, yeah, this is not going to be easy, but, hey, we're going to try to get it. Alright. Alright. And the mines, oddly enough, seem to be the easiest thing for me to dodge. Which is weird because they are the largest and hardest to see. Well, okay, second largest. I mean, I guess it makes a little bit of sense that the fan blades are larger because, well, yeah, but... Somehow, I've managed to avoid getting hit by any of the mines. Meanwhile, I've definitely gotten hit by the... Oh, for fuck's sakes! Are you kidding me? Well, you know what? At this point, I'm not even going to try. Yeah, I think that it was like, somebody was like, well, if it doesn't involve blood or gore, then it's fine. Like, there's definitely a lot of cases, there's just a lot of cases with the early localization of Yu-Gi-Oh! That are not great on a large amount of levels. And there's some that just kind of mystify me a little bit, like every single thing in the original Yu-Gi-Oh cards where they were like, okay, we want to avoid saying the word black. So instead of a black hole, they had dark hole, and instead of Red Eyes Black Dragon was just localized as Red Eyes B Dragon. Although obviously they called those correctly, the Red Eyes Black Dragon stuff in the anime, because otherwise what the hell does the letter B stand for? But to me, I think that's like, oh, they were trying really hard to not be racist, right? Like, they assumed that black would be considered the offensive term in some way, and yet going so far out of their way to avoid saying it also kind of seems even worse. But regardless, yeah, the localization on a lot of that stuff was kind of ridiculous, and I also think that there's some that are a little bit, like, you know, not to sound like that person, but every time they pointedly reduce the sizes of the chests of every character or card, you know, I'm not out here being like, oh, hey, they should return to the original Harpy Lady art, which, you know, do what you want, I guess, on that one. Especially if they're doing all the bringing back the old artwork things for special releases. You know, for the more mature audience that plays the game now, which, I mean, you guys could have looked at the fact that it was an affectionate parody of Magic, which is aimed at 13 plus to begin with, so... But I digress. It's like, there is a point where trying to make it be less inappropriate for children... You know, what I'm saying is that people with boobs actually exist in the real world. And so it seems a little bit weird to be that over the top in terms of, like, erasing that. And you might be like, well, blood and gore exists in the real world, but yes, you don't usually... Yeah, sure, but you don't usually get exposed to that unless you're pointedly looking for it or you happen to be in a very unfortunate situation in real life. You know, for obvious reasons. You know, unless you are the witness to violence or somebody sends you something from rotten.com or something like that on the early days of the internet, then... Oh, come on. I fucked that up good and proper. Yeah, I mean, you know, fair enough if you change the line, but also just like if you change any of the rest of it, seems a little bit overkill. But regardless, I do still just sort of think that aiming it at children might not have been the smartest move because, once again, it is based very heavily off of something that was aimed at 13 pluses in... Oh, God, I keep screwing this up real badly. I need to... I think I need to focus on this more, but I enjoy having a conversation. Either way, I forgot 100% what my point was, which is real good. But, oh yeah, it was going to be something like, well, maybe, to be fair, maybe they couldn't have gotten away with aiming it at an older audience because people just look at, that look like just, you know, there are people who just look at anything animated and go, oh, it's for kids. So maybe they couldn't have gotten away with that because, I mean, South Park was controversial at the time because it was animated. Other than the fact that South Park, of course, was full of, well, some things that would be very upsetting to various audiences, but I digress. You know, I'm pretty sure The Simpsons went through some shit, too, of early on, but of course, the beginning of The Simpsons is well before my time. I was only born in 1990. And that said, I will absolutely say that covering up outright nudity is 100% fine. Again, we're saying that the target was 13 plus, and again, the outright nudity would be considered a little bit extreme even for that age demographic. There's some that just are a little bit yeah, overkill in general. But I think there's definitely a certain level also on which the there are some things that should have been edited, is what I'm trying to say, but I think that the early localization went a little bit overly ham. I mean, I think at the very least, if we can't necessarily say that I'm being completely correct on the other thing, at the very least, I think we can say that them wanting really badly to not say black hole is really weird. Especially because I believe they still localized white hole as white hole instead of like light hole or something, which would have made the matching pair with dark hole, but eh. Like, yeah, for example, I'm fine with the edited versions of the Harpies. I mean, in my opinion, it's not a super great edit. Like, they should have changed it a little bit differently to make it a bit smoother, I feel like. At least that's how I'm choosing to describe it, because, you know, me and words don't get along too well. But definitely covering that up, because that is kind of OTT in a way that's like, come on, Takahashi. Don't speak ill of the dead, but on the other hand, my dude, do not give in to being every other anime ever. Oh, I didn't even know that was a card, so offhand I couldn't say that I knew that. That's that's oh, and now I ran into the easy saw blade like an idiot. Just give me the reset. Come on. I'm gonna take suicides every time, because it is faster now that I think about it. But man, I'm bad at this. Ugh, I'm bad at this. Oh. Yeah, I'll just sit here and get cleaved by this a few times. There was another one that I always thought was really ridiculous. I think it was Burstinatrix. The original Japanese art on that looked really, really ridiculous, I always kind of thought. Like, it was just that certain level of straight up impossible clothing that... Because it also kind of looked like her clothes had been damaged, too, but clearly it wasn't. It was just designed that way, and it's like, this is tasteless, never mind who this is aimed, who is this aimed at, type of thing. I know that I'm talking about matters of taste, and I earlier mentioned, look at the games that I've played in the past. But... well, not so much anything I've played on this stream, but also things I have entertained playing on this stream, to be fair. Yeah, I did say the thing about streaming Azure Lane earlier. Fuck! Am I this bad at this? Yes, the answer is yes, by the way. Just that was particularly embarrassing. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, it's a little overkill, but there's a fair reason for it. Meanwhile, Burst, the original Japanese art, I could probably go call that up real quick because, like, you know, we could use a little bit of levity here. Okay, here we go. Let me throw that up in chat. Yeah, like, that is, that's body paint. That's not an outfit. That's not really, that doesn't seem to be achievable in real life without more adhesive by weight than actual clothing. And also, like, I'm sure that if you moved, it would collapse on itself. You know, that's a skin from a mobile game, is what that is. Oh, fuck! I was right at the end, too! No! I was playing smart and everything! It's like they always say, hard work hardly works. Or something. Yeah, that said, it's hard to believe that the name is... Believe it or not, no, I haven't. It's hard to believe also that the name is something that has more connotations than the Japanese one, right? But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Art is just, I actually like most of it. It's... Oh, don't touch the laser beam. We're almost there. I think we just have 2 more sets of fan blades, and then we're done. Oh, yeah, and then we have to do the... Oh, there's one more. Okay. Well, that's easy. Alright. Now, we just have to not be stupid. Oh, this is gonna kill us, isn't it? Fuck, 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 fuck. Give me my... I was about to say that if I didn't get the skill point, I was about to shut the console off and throw the disc out the window. Shutting the console off before you throw the disc out the window would not be very useful, because then you'd have to either turn it back on or you'd have to throw the whole console out the window, and I actually like my PS2. I mean, yeah, certainly. I just think there is at least one that, like, was outright changed in terms of size. But again, I'd have to go look for that. I don't remember what card it was. Either way, you know,
Hi there, Fuzzball.
I don't even remember what. You know, no, I don't. Maybe you should expound upon it by using your actual words. No, I'm not good at that. Anyway, so, point is, I still find it very strange, really, that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was aimed at the audience it was, ultimately, here in America. Although, again, like I said, there's probably fair reasons why they would have had a very bad time trying to make it be something for teenagers. I mean, there's plenty of stories out there about children who their parents are like, hey, I'll get you some anime for Christmas, and they give them something that happens to be hentai, and they didn't know it. And, of course, those are all anecdotes, so telling how true they are or not is a little hard, but I 100% believe that it's a thing that happened. Oh, hey, this seems like a good place where we can get out this thing and do some fun stuff. Oh, really? Wow. Good looking out there, whoever was responsible for cleaning that stuff up. Although, I mean, how much would we be able to mock 4Kids or whoever they outsource all that work to specifically? Because I believe all of the Harpies, I was going to say they were released with their original artwork at one point or another. That I do not believe is true, because I remembered, A, the numbered Harpy ladies were not released when they were like 1, 2, and 3, as opposed to just being a generic monster. And 2, they did at the very least release like Harpy Lady Sisters and those without the nipple spikes. So, not completely true what I was about to say, but more the part that they did release them without the underlayer of bluish bodysuit. Indigo, there's a good word for it. I think that would describe the color decently. Oh, who cares about colors right now? Just get behind the door. Get more behind the door. This shit's still going. How long does this last? Until after I kill them, apparently. There we go. Alright. These little side chambers are just going to be where these dudes go into, right? Yeah, they're not even going to have any crates in them for us to pick up or anything, are they? Yeah, not a thing. Well, darn. Oh, well. Is this room clear? No, it's not. Wow, imagine you missed that point blank, of all things. I still just really love that "hey" voice clip. Really funny. Really good. I'm sad that that hasn't become like some sort of meme. on the internet. Like, there's all kind of strange sound clips from video games that have become big memes. And yet you're going to tell me that one's not? Man. Okay, those dudes had 3 hit points. Or, I suppose we're not done with the stealth section yet if I haven't gotten the skill point, because I'm quite certain that I've taken down everything in here so far. Okay, yeah. There's another ship here. I hear doggos. I think we just have to kill these dudes and not, like, do it without being seen or anything. Alright, is that everybody? Yeah, it's everybody in this room. Oh. The guy sees us from pretty far back. I'll guys it up. And there we go. There's our skill point for killing everything in the stealth section. Not too hard at all. I'm surprised they count that as a skill point. Because honestly, I feel like you would probably end up needing to do that no matter what. But regardless, we go to Drek's flagship and we've got some business to take care of here. The business that involves first robbing him. And after that, putting that away, because I don't think we need that anymore. And yeah, that's a force field. But over here, this is just a put your helmet on thing. It's a magic airlock, I suppose. And oh goody, this seems like a good time. As we get to walk on the butt end of Drek's flagship here, using this thing.
From those turrets is deadly. You will have to find a detour.
I see. Yeah, those turrets are shooting a little too fast for us. And so it's back in here, and our old friend, the ship. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Well, for a start, it helps if you don't crash into the turrets. Just taking a little guess there that, you know, if you did the very basics of not letting yourself die in an embarrassing way, that might help. Like that. That would be if I could just not do that. Although the saucers were coming in real hot early, so I was kind of flustered. Alright. Run that guy down. Other one. Hey, at least I got some health. Turn harder. Come on. I'm guessing this isn't exactly the top shelf fighter in Drek's army here. Because this thing, oh baby. It handles, but only on a technicality. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, where was I? What kind of animal is he? He's something that they made up for the series, so he's not like an actual weasel or a cat or a fennec fox or anything like that. He just sort of looks like those things. He's called a Lombax in the series. Ouch. Yeah, this thing could stand to turn a little tighter, we'll put it that way. There you go, Star Lombax 64, yeah. As I'm just like, I'm trying to remember how well or not you turned in an all-range mode in Star Fox. I haven't played Star Fox in a while. Like, I need to really give that another sit down and play through. I'm not exactly considering throwing $50 at Nintendo for the Switch Online expansion pack, but is that on there anyway? If not, what the hell are you doing, Nintendo? Having that much of a dispute with Argonaut Software, I suppose. Anyway, that was done nice and quick. The text is real hard to read. Think it is? Well, I'd be really surprised if it wasn't there, because that's definitely one of the more nostalgic games from the... I almost said from the series. That is true, but just from the console in general, rather. Yeah, that's probably in the top 5 for most people's esteem there, is Star Fox 64. This will flip me over. We can just... Yeah, we can just go that way. I'm sure there's something over back where we just saw. Right? Yeah, there had to be. Contractual obligation, almost. Oh. It's close. I don't think that particular airlock, like, drops or anything. Like, you can't fall through it. But it sure looks like you can. And sometimes that's all you need. Added some level design for you. Alright. Hey yourself, buddy. Catch like 800 missiles all at once. Get off of there. Oh. Ah, yeah, there's a gold bolt. Oh boy, this looks rough. Oh, okay, that's just regular lava, basically. It's not instant death juice. Alright, take our gold bolt. Ta-da! And And, oh, hey, there's a... Oh, right, this is just back the other way. Right. Well, I'm actually going to do the strange thing here, and I'm going to take the Magnaboot path because it's safer. Yeah, I never thought you'd experience that idea, would you? Okay, so it looks like the other one is back in the underwater area. Near the end, there's another path we can go to the left. Right before the 3 loops. That I was not expecting. That's... Right, this is back towards the helm of the ship. Oh, I think we missed a couple of crates.
Tonight on Blood TV, the event you have all been waiting for, the total annihilation of an entire planet. Witness the power, the destruction, and the nothingness that follows. So join Ultimate Supreme Executive Chairman Drek as he pushes the button that ends one world and begins another. Then, stay tuned for the galaxy's funniest superhero bloopers featuring Captain Quark.
I love what an absolute sleazeball he is.
Now we know where he is. Let's get him.
Like, he's just making this a thing on TV. A pay-per-view event, basically. Not even that. It's not even a pay-per-view. He's just putting it on their basically their free. It may not even be cable. It's just on regular plain old television. What a guy. Well, let's go back and get that last gold bolt. And then we go back to Quartu and we get one more gold bolt, and we will be at 37 out of 40, I believe. Alright, so I think we gotta go back. And it's like past the landmine. Yeah, it's past the mine. It's over here, I suppose. Yeah, there you go. And you hit the switch, and it resets the timer. I hit it before getting the gold bolt for some reason, and the timer continues moving in the cutscene. I find that very funny. I love it when games do that, even though it's obviously, like, super bad design. It's just incredibly amusing to me. Like, just the sharpest stick in the eye possible. They've got the cutscene playing. They've got the timer going while the cutscene is playing. Thanks, guys. I am so happy that you're a sick fuck for doing something like that. Right? Alright. Back at the ship, and it's time to do our thing. Whatever that is. Alright, back to Quartu. Oh, long scene for that one flying away, huh? Wow. Flying away from that one, rather. Whatever. Word order. So is there a quick warp back to... it's by the guy who can enlargify Clank, but I'm looking to see if there's a quick warp there. Because that would make my life a lot easier. And it appears that that is not the case. The pause was because I was considering getting out the suck cannon, but I eventually decided not to. Although, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea here. Look at all these dudes. You clean them up. But also, I don't feel like wasting rhino shots on a group of just the generic robot dogs. Alright, so here we go. Here's our vault. Shove that thing's head in. And look at them crates. Delicious, delicious bolts. Oh wow, we're up to a pretty high chunk of cash here. 30k? 30k plus, actually? Jeez. Might be worth buying a couple of gold weapons. We can afford a couple. Wow, okay. Blame the game, not me. As I'm just sitting here like, are there... I'm trying to think if there's some games that have really terrible names for enemies in that sort of way. I'm sure there are quite a few, and I'm not counting ones that are, well, you know, propaganda of various sorts, to put it nicely, but... Oh yeah, that's one for you. Alright, so before we head off to the final planet and have ourselves a good time that's going to involve committing suicide 10 times, we're gonna go this away. Let's pick up this little bit of extra here, why not? Go into here. Turn around. It's on the landing strip. Oh, high bridge that wasn't out yet. Or that was out, I suppose, rather. It's the other way around. That's how words work. Hey, it got us across somehow. Death warp, etc. It's strategy. It's the exact opposite of a strategy, really. I just was on autopilot. One sec. Oh god, they really did just do find and replace all, didn't they? Fucking, I thought Spell Ruler was a bad name, and then they did that. Alright, let's grab the gold suck cannon. I don't know that we're going to use it a ton, but I love me some suck cannon. And we'll see if we can show off one of the big perks of the gold suck cannon. The gold weapons do all give you a little boost. Oh, I need 30k for the Pyrocitor. That's unfortunate. Or we can go for 20k for the Bomb Glove. It's 20k for this thing, right? Yeah, 20k for the Gold Blaster. 10k for the Gold Glove of Doom. So what's this place cost all to buy out? 90,000? It's a lot of money. We'll grab the Gold Blaster because I actually still use the blaster this deep into the game occasionally. Because it's a pretty good weapon. Nice and simple, but it does great work. Anyway, pull this thing out. There's jokes to be made here, I'm sure, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I can't think of them. I probably could, actually. Oh, we can't just go in that way. I know there's a bunch of those chicken robots over there, but I guess we're going to go back to our ship. Yeah, I mean, again, Spell Ruler isn't the worst thing, but, you know, there's definitely a certain level of, like, well, now you're going a little overboard with that sort of thing, right? Anyway, so here's the big perk of the Gold Suck Cannon, other than it doing better damage. We have a capacity of 10 instead of 5. That makes this thing so much better. For 10,004 gold bolts, that's a great upgrade. But let me just empty this real quick. Admittedly, the Suck Cannon does kind of live up to its name when it comes to long-range fighting, so, like, there is the other part of, do you really want to pay 10k for this weapon? And I would say yes, but you would probably quite fairly say no. Anyway, that's enough goofing around. I gotta go back to finishing off the game. There will be time for this stuff later. Because I do want to show off a little bit of what a second playthrough is like. Just to get started, because I will at the very least show off the bare, basic bones of all of those for all the games that we play. But I don't know that I'm going to show the entire things on stream, because, like, you know, y'all will go crazy watching the whole game twice. And I wouldn't be able to blame you, especially because it would probably take me a while for each of them. Just because there's more stuff to pick up, more stuff to grind out, all of that. Anyway, only one mission here, save Ratchet's planet. And we're going to do it. Or fail trying, I suppose. We'll do it or we won't. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is actually the same location that we started the game, by the way. So, not only is Chairman Drek on Ratchet's planet, He's like 10 minutes away from his house. Damn, this really is personal, huh? Alright, so we can suck up some of these dudes, and that'll give us some free money. But this is what we're interested in, is this guy. So the last skill point in the game, at least the last one we're going to be getting here, because, again, remember, there's still the 2 for achievements in hoverboarding. So, LOL, I'm not going to pull that off. Is that we have to kill 10 of the elite troopers with our wrench. However, there's a pretty simple exploit for this, and you probably were able to discern it when I described the exploit that you could do with the sand mouse earlier. And that is, you can kill one of them, and then you can commit suicide, and that one will respawn. So will these duders, so we can just suck them up real quick and get... We've actually almost already made our money back on the gold suck cannon. That's pretty cool. And this is... at least up to a point, probably the fastest way to get into fights with these dudes. And if we just do this 10 times, we'll be golden. We will have that last skill point, and we will be able to walk to our 99% complete save file. Maybe 98. Whatever, it's more than 90% and less than the 100. But this is great because I get to die on purpose here instead of just by accident. That time when dying on purpose is a skill, right? Just like the speedrunners do. Not in this game, but just in general. I think I mentioned this before, but one of the main reasons why I thought to come back to this was because I saw a video about speedruns of this game by the YouTuber The Rixer. I think it was The Rixer. It was one of those guys who streams speedruns on Twitch, but also does YouTube videos about speedrunning, and it wasn't Summoning Salt. I mean, Summoning Salt doesn't do stuff on games this new, basically. Okay, that's not true. Summoning Salt does do stuff on games this new, but it's mostly for Nintendo stuff, because, well, that's probably where he gets the most of his views and money from, so, like, okay, why not? Can't fault somebody for making the content that they enjoy making and get the most attention for. Maybe you can, but you shouldn't. Oh, Zelda 2 is quite a game. It's a bit of a rough one. I don't think I could feasibly beat Zelda 2. I'm not that... I've played it a little bit, but I was never that good at it, just for a wide variety of reasons. Alright, don't shoot off near this dude, otherwise we're gonna feel stupid if we hit him. Because we gotta use just the wrench. There we go. Now we can continue with the level as if nothing ever happened. But nothing ever happened! Sorry. Alright. Take out the Tesla Claw and start roasting that dude. First time! It's very funny because I was doing a strategy that involved dying on purpose. I mean, I suppose I could probably, like, walk through the entire level and kill I would assume exactly 10 spawn throughout the level. Just to really twist your unmentionables. Actually, come to think of it, I'm feeling like there's more than 10, but yeah. Hey, guess who forgot to buy ammunition for the Rhino, by the way? It's okay, I'm sure this will be fine for at least a bit of the level. But you can see they're absolutely throwing the book at us. We've got the tanks, we've got the airship, we've got the Blarg Elites. They're giving us a lot of biz. So having this really helps you out. Oh, that tank is purple. Interesting. I hope we got that ship, otherwise I'm gonna feel like a disappointment to myself. Ooh, a force field. I think this is a part where we have to do something with the Taunter in order to get the... Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the gold bolt list for this because I don't remember. Big blue force field. Okay, so it's elsewhere in the level. I just saw a force field and I was like, okay. I guess that's not technically a force field, it's a... You know, it's the force fence wall thing. It's kind of like a force field, I guess. Huh. There we go. Not too hard. Erase these fellas, and we've got ourselves some Magna Boots. And it's Hydro Displacer time, is it? Oh, hey, there's another vendor this early in the level, huh?
I got some great bargains for you today. Oh, that's a nice one.
Actually, we haven't seen this description, have we? Stress everything you can see and probably a fair bit that you can't. Nice. Oh, that is a good description because honestly... Anyway, we gotta take this thing out. And I'm fairly certain that we're gonna have to just go back up and refill that in a second. But for now... Thunk. Oh no, they let us go forward without refilling that. Huh. That's a shock. Ouch. I am hurting for certain. Yeah, what's up with the purple tanks? Are they just more powerful? Are they the same level of strength? And just a different skin? Is it a graphical glitch? I don't think it's a graphical glitch, but if it was, that'd be a pretty interesting one anyway. I bet they are stronger because, you know, purple metal. That's not a real thing. Therefore, it must be real tough. I think we got... Yeah, did we get all of those? We sure did. Heck yeah. And that was probably unnecessary because those dudes are really easy to deal with. Oh. I saw a ship fly by. And I was not fast enough to blow it out of the air. Oops. Yeah, we could feasibly have probably gone through this entire level and just killed a bunch of those dudes with our wrench. I mean, I don't know that we would have lived because, yeah, they're tough, but... You know, in terms of just body count, I guess is what I'm saying. Not to be confused with the body count that was the group that, I think Chuck D was one of them. Whatever. A bunch of... For those of you who are not aware of what I'm referring to, the group in question, Body Count, is a group that was a bunch of rap artists who later became, well known for being rap artists in the 80s. Had a heavy metal group, and that is the album from whence came the infamous song Cop Killer. And this is an interesting puzzle because it's really hard. In this case, I wouldn't specifically know about the context for the phrase "shattered glass." So if you feel like going on, enlightening here. Oh man. Oh, no, I definitely wouldn't have heard of that. I don't know a ton of Transformers-related stuff, honestly. And clearly I know that the Transformers existed, and that's... that's probably more information than I... So, wait a second. They're not next to each other. Okay, what the hell is this puzzle? Because I say this no longer makes sense, but... Okay, well that definitely is not correct, because that's... and I turned that the wrong way. There we go, that's better. Go like that. That's still not... I'm gonna reset this. I'm gonna retry. This one's kind of stumping me. And this is something I don't have a guide for open right now, or... I'd say, or know if there is one. I'm sure there is. You know, it's the internet. Everybody's got it. Okay, so... Like, we can't... That... What if I try, like, swapping around how we're dealing with this idea here? Put that one in the middle. Still doesn't work. What the fuck? This is just... I suppose this would have to go on the outer edge, right? There we go. Okay. I finally managed to use some logic. And it turned out that that was all the solution was just to think about the fact that you need to block as little as possible. Actually, I'd like to get my bearings in this part of the level real quick here. If I could. Yeah, it looks like something we explore later. Alright, Rhino. Do the thing that we usually do. Of just shooting a shitload of missiles everywhere. Right, well, there's a grapple point there. This is... Oh, what the f... Where did you fuckers come from? Get back in the dirt where you belong, Jesus. I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way, but there's a gold bolt, so that's that. I haven't kept up too greatly with what you said, but I'll go back and read it in a second after I now try to figure out where the hell I am relative to where I was earlier. So I feel like these descriptions are incorrect. Yeah, so basically it's like a personality swap too, in addition to switching how the allegiances work and everything. I see. Fairly interesting. Again, Transformers has been around for so long that I guess you gotta do... Every once in a while you gotta do stuff like that to refresh the characters a little bit. Get a better idea of what to do with them and all that, and, you know, explore other facets of their personality and so on. And all that fun stuff. Anyway, I get the feeling that we're not supposed to be doing this, but you know what? Let's clear the area out. We've got plenty of missiles. Yeah, because there's an area where we find the Clank and Largifier again. I do remember that. So, cleaning that area up early might be a smart idea. In before they all just respawn anyway, and then I just kind of get sad. Because I had an idea that was good for once, and then the game was like, well, about that. And I start wondering why I try sometimes. Get up there. So as long as we don't get any of the killer bitey fish in here. The boss basses or whatever they are. We're good. Alright. Down here. Okay, yeah, there's our enlargifier. Ah, gotcha. You're gonna have to actually walk up to this and punch it out, which... Yeah, see, removing all of these dudes earlier, good idea on my part. One of a very small handful that I've ever had. So I didn't see that thing, that force field that was mentioned earlier in this area.
Imbeciles. After all the trouble you've gone through, you're about to die right where you started. It's so poetic.
This is it, Clank. Let's get him.
Alright, punch him in the face. A bunch. Yeah, he likes that.
You might have been useful to me after all. Too bad you chose the wrong side.
Oh, he hits us with the Morpho Ray. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so... it looks like I'm probably going to want to restart this area in order to get those last couple gold bolts. Going in here to make sure that I've got info on this from another location here. Okay, it's all the way back before the first Hydro Displacer? Alright, so let's go ahead and reload, and we're going to replay this level in order to get those last 2 gold bolts. Collector dish. Okay, so that'll take us to like the end of the level.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Oh, I never showed this off, right? So I think it fires a little faster, but also the shots bounce off walls. Which is a nice way to, if you miss, get a little bit of something extra out of your bullets. Pretty great. Anywho, it's very weird to me seeing any of these guides mention yellow swing shot targets, because I feel like we didn't see a single one of those in the entire level up until the boss. But we'll find out sooner rather than later. If I somehow just forgot. Or what if I'm the colorblind one? And those single targets have been yellow the whole time. And have been for 20 years. And I thought they'd been green all along. It could happen. So here's this. So after the first Hydra displacer location, which is here. Stomp. Okay, sure. I didn't stomp good enough, I guess. A little off to the side. Oh, I see it. I see where I've got to go. There's the force field hole. All right, so to deal with this, we have to get out our taunter. And we taunt the little hopper over to the button. Thanks, buddy. Get the fuck out of here. And there's our gold bolt. We're missing one more. So I guess we gotta keep going. Oh. Oops. So I think we gotta go this way more, right? Completely unnecessary. There's the things I was mentioned before. There are a couple of yellow targets. I just am not really good at remembering things. Back across here. And there it is. Oh. Oh, am I dead yet? No, I'm not dead yet. I can get away with it. Oops. I screwed that up, and I'm not 100% sure exactly how, but oh well. We do that sometimes. Occasionally we fuck up. Unfortunately, I forgot that that door doesn't automatically open, because it's very silly that I have to re-slam the switch every time. I don't know why they did that. That is like the opposite of every 3D platformer I can think of. Offhand. They usually at least leave that done for you when you die. Up these weird tiger frog dudes. And we should be almost done with this. Soon we'll be able to get back to fighting the boss, everybody. Need to drag it out. I just forgot where things are. It's okay. There will probably be a lot less of that in the future games. There'll definitely be a couple things that are a little bit protracted. I think that for both Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3, for the sections where you have to find crystals, that is going to be done off stream. But everything else should be fine. Like, there's only one thing in RNC 2 that I can think of that I might want to offline because it can be that difficult to actually pull off. But, you know, if I do that, there'll be a video clip on YouTube. And by on YouTube, I mean it might just get played back at the start of this stream. Whatever. Anyway. Back here. I think there's another Gadgetron vendor near the final boss or during the middle of it, so... Although that said, I think we've got enough Rhino shots that we're probably going to be able to deal with it. We'll find out when we get there, though. Oh, do I not have to do this anymore? So do I just skip that phase of the boss? That would make things a little bit easier for me. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but if it is, that'd be nice. Which means that it won't happen. I've played this game before. I just don't remember all these fine details. I've played this game and had my ass beaten by it several times before. Alright. Okay, yeah, good. There's a Gadgetron here. We can get filled up on everything. Alright. We are good to go, everybody. Now we get to these platforms and they collapse out from under us very easily. They kind of look like really crappy speakers to me a little bit. And speaking of collapsing ground, this looks like a place where some stuff is going to get broken. I mean, look at this rocky terrain and everything. Oh, you're done in one health meter, sir? That's it, you big weenie? Alright, and the chase is on again, I guess. Jeez, well, that chunk of ground disappeared real fast. I think the rest are all, like, permanent fixtures, so we should be fine to take our time as we figure out the routing here. Yeah, they're not moving. So he's not going to do this to us for every health meter, right? No, I see he's back on the thing. Also, that platform dropping preemptively.
So it has come to this. Once I step on this ignition switch, a countdown will commence. The end of which signals the destruction of your pitiful world.
There
Up this
must be
close?
another way to make a home for your people.
You think that's what this is about? Who do you think polluted our last world? I did. This is about one thing and one thing only. Cash. And lots of it. You see, I've been paid for every square inch of my new world. Once the inhabitants move in, I will begin polluting this world as well. Then the whole thing starts all over again. Ah, brilliant.
Why, you evil little...
Save it, Clank. We have to stop that timer.
God, he is such a sleazebag.
To terminate the countdown.
I love it. He is such a piece of shit. Like, wow. And yeah, they're not exactly giving us a ton of time here, but I was gonna say I feel like I could probably actually do it in that time period, but probably not. And he's got his king-size Agents of Doom here. I mean, yeah, look at how fast this guy's HP is dropping.
Ratchet?
What's up?
I may as well.
You know, this time I am thinking what you're thinking.
I mean, at this point, there's no real way to save all of the trillions of lives that Drek has callously murdered for this scheme. So you know what? We may as well at least pay tribute to them in the most awesome way possible. With a big fucking explosion.
This can't be good.
Oh god, hit the deck, everybody. Oh no!
Phew, that was close.
But quickly, scramble back up there, Ratchet.
Clank, you can pull us up now.
The servos in my arm appear to be broken.
Broken? As in, fall to our deaths broken?
Yes.
And there was never another game in the franchise. Oh, he saved us with his strategic thruster pack tackle.
That was close. Thanks.
Good job, dude.
My arm appears to be badly damaged.
Ah, you'll be alright.
Ratchet, don't be a dick. At least he can walk, right?
Hey, tin can.
I had to get a screwdriver.
Where do you think you're going? We, still need to fix that arm.
Aw, see, their dynamic finally paid off. Well, everybody, there it is. That is Ratchet and Clank almost completed. There is still a tiny bit more for me to do, and of course, I did miss those 2 skill points. But otherwise, so this game is definitely one that is a little bit rough around the edges. This is one that could have stood a little bit of retouching, but they would get better at it in later games in the series. So it's fine in that regard. It's everything works out eventually, I swear. And we'll start finding that out sooner rather than later. Mark Cerny. Ew. Fuck that guy. Anyway, this might have been before Mark Cerny was a complete asshole, but I don't know for sure. So, yeah, decently fun, pretty simple little idea, and hey, it's also... This is also a place where I can finally say that, hey, 3D platformers were finally starting to get really, really good. Like, there's still a little bit of roughness in the control and all that, but it's nowhere near as bad as, well, anything on the 64, really. Or pretty much anything that wasn't Crash Bandicoot on the PS1. So it's an eminently playable game. It's just a lot harder than you would really like it to be. Kevin Michael Richardson, nice voice acting there, my friend. I don't know who you are, but you're pretty cool. Chad. His name is actually Chad. Oh, I see why... Ooh, Naughty Dog was involved with this. I didn't actually remember that offhand. But I guess that also kind of a little bit explains Cerny's involvement, because Cerny was involved with... Kazurai! Hey, there he is. Cerny was involved with a lot of stuff that involved Naughty Dog, and also just a lot of stuff involving Sony Computer Entertainment America in general, I think. So, yeah. All of the Naughty Dogs. Nice. A good name for them.
Do you have a problem with unwanted hair? Is painful itching in your nether regions causing you undue embarrassment? Do you just plain stink? Then you need this, the Gadgetron Personal Hygienator. Hi, I'm Steve McQuark, and this little baby can take care of any grooming needs that are just too much trouble for you to handle yourself.
This dumbass couldn't even get a new costume.
Yeah. Oh, mommy.
Turn it off! Turn it off!
Are they even allowed to play that on television? I mean, we have seen before that Quark apparently uses his there are multiple things that are implied to be masturbation aids that he
Just check the new goodies menu on your
is seen using. So anyway, yeah, we can start a new. Apparently, we missed 4 skill points, and that upsets me viscerally because I could have sworn I did way better than that. Let's sit here mashing the start button. Yes, I love mashing something that rubbery. Alright, so let's take a look down here in the goodies menu. We can see skill points, and we can see what did we miss. All right, Speedy. So that's the one that I mentioned before for 1:35. Shattered glass. I got both of those on stream. You guys saw it. You were there. I must have forgotten to save or something. Oh my god. And Magician is for 4,500 points in the Kalibo hoverboard race. Ugh. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Oh man. Oh man. So I guess we're really not going to be able to see what that unlocks in the goodies menu. Yeah, so that's all skill points. Buy all gold weapons to unlock both of these. I mean, I really... I kind of want to just be like, well... I'll do it off camera and I'll show a video showing this stuff on the... Because on the other hand, we also need like 250,000 bolts to be able to get all the gold weapons. So there's that as well. And who wants to see me grind bolts for several days? So on Monday, we are going to be moving on to the next game in the series. But yeah, so I will... I don't actually have a Game Shark for this, and I'm on console. I mean, I guess the other option is that I could go grab a disc image, or... Oh, I'm sorry, I could rip my own. Actually, I literally could, obviously, because I have the disc. And run it on PCSX2, and I'm pretty sure that that would give me the ability to use a Game Shark for it. Whatever, you'll see it eventually. We'll put it that way. Just like the end of Space Station Silicon Valley. I swear I'm gonna do that, but it'll probably be December at the earliest. Which is just the dumping ground for all the other shit that I haven't finished this year. It'll be... December will be where we put all the other goofy stuff. I already said that I was gonna do these games in November, because, you know, sort of a gimmick month, you know, like I said before, I made the joke of Nuts and Bolts November. And so that's what we're going with. And in December, I'm going to do the Demon Shaft in Dark Cloud, which should take maybe 3 streams at most, maybe even 4. I will also need to block out time for Space Station Silicon Valley and completing that. There's... I would really, really love to play Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore is a decently lengthy RPG, though, so that might be something that would have to be like a couple of weeks at bare minimum. So I might have to push that back to sometime next year. In fact, that's probably what's going to end up happening, is that I'm going to like do some shorter games in the old December, along with finishing off some shit. But I'm going to show off the other big thing here that we get for beating this. And by this, I mean oh, ye gods, can I piece these words together? That'd be real good if I could, but I make no guarantees. Yeah, here it is. So this is the other addition to the second playthrough, is the gold weapons room. And in here, you can see that our gold arsenal is much extended in terms of what we can get. We can buy a gold decoy glove, which I believe gives us an enhanced durability on it, and that's it. Any OT where the pots are outright recolored to make it clear it's a new possible item. That's pretty insane of a thing that exists. Gold Glove of Doom we've already heard about. I think Gold Glove of Doom is just more damage. There is a gold weapons guide that I could pull up and I could just rattle off information, but fuck it. The gold Morpho Ray, this just transforms faster as far as I know. Again, the gold Mine Glove is probably just... This one has more damage and more detection range, which is a nice thing to have, so that's pretty decent. The Pyrocitor, in addition to green fire, which just looks cooler, this is just more damage and maybe more range? Probably not in a significant way, though. The Gold Devastator. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. The Gold Devastator is a fucking awesome weapon. If it weren't for the existence of the Rhino and the fact that you can get it in the first playthrough, and you can't get the Gold Devastator until the second playthrough. The Gold Devastator's rockets bounce off of things they hit, allowing them to hit again. So you can commit wanton destruction with this thing, and it increases the rate of fire as well, too, so that's pretty groovy. The Gold Bomb Glove, I'm pretty sure, is just more damage and a little more AoE. And the Gold Tesla Claw. At 60k, you'd better be hoping that this thing does a little bit more than just give you green electricity and more damage. And it does. It has a proper chain lightning effect that hits multiple things at once. It is a solid weapon, if only it wasn't completely outclassed by the Rhino, just like everything else in the game. Well, yeah, we're gonna save that, and that'll do. Thank you all for watching. Sorry we didn't get everything, and I'm even sorrier that we were further behind than I thought we were. And by sorrier, I mean more pissed off, honestly, because that is deeply, deeply upsetting.